Hello everyone and welcome to another one of our stage previews of the Vuelta España 2025. The second stage of the Vuelta is our 159.6 kilometer stage from Alba in the heart of Piemonte wines country to the ski resort of Limón Piemonte. For the first time in this year's race, the peloton heads uphill to finish with a 9.8 kilometer climb that should provide the first real test for the general classification favorites, potentially. Before you start as well, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and why not check out the Cycling Gang podcast available on Spotify. The starting town of this stage of Alba is no stranger to the Grand Tour drama. Cycling fans remember the 2020 Giro d'Italia when it set off from here to Sestier, reshaping the general classification as Theo Gegenhardt took the Maglia Rosa on his way to an improbable overall win. This time the stakes are different. It's only the second day of the Vuelta España and no one will win or lose the race here, but the symbolism of Alba remains. This is a place where Grand Tour battles have turned before, and this stage acts as the gateway to the first summit of the race. The early kilometers across Piedmont are calm, crossing the flatlands and gentle vineyards that surround the Laghi region. Expect a small breakaway to go clear. Their ambitions focused on the intermediate sprint and perhaps an outsider's chance of surviving to the base of the climb and even further. The terrain here is rolling at most, long straights, shallow rises, giving the sprinters teams and the GC contenders domestiques no real reason to feel threatened. But as the race moves steadily west, the backdrop shifts, the horizon fills with the looming peaks of the Maritime Alps, and the road tips upwards towards Limón Piemonte, the ski town perched at the edge of the Italian-French border. The stage will be decided on the final climb, the Limón 14,000 climb, which begins as the riders pass through the town of Limón Piemonte itself. From there, the road rises for 9.8 kilometers at an average gradient of 5.1%. It's not the most brutal ascent the Vuelta has to offer this year. Gradients are steady rather than savage, but its significance lies in the beginning, the first summit finish of the race. The lower slopes allow riders to find rhythm, but the climb does not relent. The average hides several long stretches at 6 to 7% where the tempo will bite. This is the type of climb where a well-drilled team can control the pace and set up a sharp acceleration in the final kilometers. It suits explosive punchers and GC riders with a strong kick rather than the pure climbers. The history of this ascent is also worth remembering. In the 2002 Giro d'Italia, it was Stefano Garcelli who claimed the victory here, outsprinting Santiago Perez, Gilberto Simoni and Francesco Casagrande in a dramatic uphill finish. That day proved Limón 14,000 can deliver tension and spectacle, and the Vuelta España will be hoping for a similar thing to happen here. Unlike stage 1, which was designed almost exclusively for the sprinters, this stage opens the door for overall contenders to play a part. The winner in Limón Piemonte will not just take a stage victory, but also certainly move into the red jersey, plus 6, 4 and 2 seconds available at the intermediate sprint in the day. That could also add to the GC battle. It's still far too early for a full-scale attacks among the GC riders, but watch carefully. This kind of finish often reveals who has come to the Vuelta with good legs and who is still riding into form. Even small gaps, a handful of seconds here and there, can be significant later in the race. But before we go to the predictions, we might as well hear what Patrick has to say about this stage.
Stage 2 takes us from Alba to Puerto Limone. This is again a pretty flat stage apart from a climb to the end, which is 7.6 kilometers at 5.4%, so probably one for the punchers. Looks like it'll likely be a reduced sprint of GC riders versus punchers. I don't know whether Pedersen will be able to hang on there. Who knows? We'll wait and see.
In terms of favorites, there is a multitude of riders who could be in the battle here. If we say that this might go to a breakaway because it's so early on and maybe a lot of the GC teams will be reluctant to control this, that opens the potential to a whole host of riders in that second tier of favorites. You could be looking at a team like Astana, who have a multitude of riders who will be very eager to get in the breakaway as well. Wout Poels knows what it's like to win in a Grand Tour. We've got Lorenzo Fortunato, very good at the Giro d'Italia this year and won a stage there. So maybe this is where Astana could look to do something. Equally, Decathlon AG2R, Leo Bizio was very good in the Vuelta of Burgos, and maybe he could try and get an early scalp here. Bahrain Victorious haven't really got the fastest kicker in terms of a finish, but Santiago Buitrago and Tiberi would like to get something out of this. But if we're looking for that fast kicker, I think Gio Ciccone could maybe be a one to win a stage here and on Italian soil as well. But if we do get a showdown between the GC riders, we would look to see someone like Belisari up here, Almeida up here, Juan Ayuso with Jonas Vingegaard. And out of those, that gets a bit more tricky. We could even see Tom Pidcock, if he is able to sustain the effort here, be up there. But I don't think Pidcock would be. He has a punch on him, and maybe this could be an early opportunity for him to grab a victory, but maybe he would need to get in that early break. Since the stage 1 is going to be a sprinter stage and I can't see too many riders dropping too much time, this really does open up for someone to grab that jersey. And I think the GC riders won't really contest this. It will be more to see who drops at the back and who has not come with the strongest legs, and will be a bit of a feeling out process for sure. But if some of these faster men can actually do this, we'll wait and see. Mads Pedersen has climbed very well this year as well, but I don't think he'll be able to sustain this pace up this climb. The climb isn't the hardest climb, as we said, but it still is quite a hard climb. So if the pace isn't too hard and Mads Pedersen by some miracle keeps up with this, maybe he could be the one to win the stage, but I don't think that is a likely outcome. So we'll wait and see, but there certainly is a lot of riders who will be testing the water here, and we should maybe get a breakaway winner, maybe even Louis Meintjes, who knows. I think it is going to be a secondary contender. We've seen this before in the Giro d'Italia, where the Mount Etna, when that came early on, that wasn't won by a contender for the title, but more the secondary or tertiary tier climbers. So we'll wait and see. It's very exciting, and of course make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know down below who you think is going to be winning this stage. And do check out the Cycling Game podcast, that will be in the pinned comment. But until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you around.